Days of Our Lives spoilers Wednesday, September 17th. Kayla's secret DNA test. Marlena warns Brady. Thomas quizzes Chad. Days of Our Lives spoilers. Stephanie and Alex face explosive trouble in Salem's rearmost drama. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. After watching these videos, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Wednesday, September 17th reveal that Kayla Johnson will concentrate on a secret DNA test while Marlena Evans warns Brady Black about Rachel Black. Thomas DiMera will also quiz Chad DiMera, so there'll be a lot passing on Wednesday's Days of Our Lives occasion. At the cantina, Thomas will talk to Chad about Kat Green, so he'll eventually put his father on the spot. Chad will be taken suddenly when Thomas poses a question about Kat and how his pater truly feels about her. Thomas will suspect that Chad likes Kat as further than a friend, so maybe Rachel told him about the kiss she witnessed on the mini golf course. Despite Rachel's pledge to Marlena that she'd keep quiet, she may have dished to Thomas anyway. Speaking of Marlena, she'll have a warning for Brady. Days spoilers say Marlena will remain concerned about Rachel and the possibility for traumatic recollections to resurface, not to mention the stress she's under with Kristen DiMera behind bars. Marlena will and unmask the shooter Verity to Brady, but she'll at least push him to keep a near eye on Rachel now that she's dealing with so important. Brady may promise that he'll step up for Rachel more in Kristen's absence, but he may grow suspicious of Marlena defending his partner. At the sanitarium, Days spoilers say Sarah Horton Kyriakis will formally again ask Xander Kyriakis if he can forgive her. Since Sarah eventually believes Philip Kyriakis' bogus story about Xander not being to condemn for his attack, she's truly sorry for allowing the worst of Xander. Of course, Xander knows he's shamefaced, but he should keep up the innocent act anyway and may accept Sarah's reason. Indeed, if he can't forgive everything that's happened between them yet. In EJ DiMera's office, he'll form a connection with Kat. Days spoilers say Kat will get EJ to drop his guard a bit as they bond, so that could help when it comes to the common ISA and FBI disquisition. Back with Brady, he'll get updates from Steve Johnson regarding the DNA sample that Rafe Hernandez handed for Tesoro. Brady may score a sample for Tate Black or indeed just use his own sample to prove a family connection. Whatever the case, Steve will have a special request for Kayla, so she should help out with a secret DNA test to prove whether Tesoro is Tate and Sophia Choi's baby. Days of Our Lives spoilers suggest Kayla will get sneaky for Steve's sake and work to uncover some big news, so stay tuned. Days of Our Lives spoilers Stephanie and Alex face explosive trouble in Salem's rearmost drama. Days of Our Lives spoilers see there's no mistrustfulness that Stephanie Johnson and Alex Kyriakis are head over heels in love. They're veritably agitated about what the future holds. But there's actually big trouble ahead for these two. Days of Our Lives spoilers Stephanie and Alex take the coming step? Right now, effects are good, just at this moment. But everything's about to change. Stephanie is now a best-dealing author with a hunk of a swain. And Alex really wants to move their relationship to the coming position. Alex loves Stephanie, and she loves him. So, I was further than a little stupefied that Stephanie didn't jump over and down and incontinently accept Alex's assignation to move by. I allowed she'd be thrilled and say yes right down. But she does want to have a little discussion with her roommate, Jada Hunter. That could break part of the situation. But not all of it. I can see Stephanie wanting to talk effects over with Jada first. After all, Stephanie did ask Jada to be her roommate after she and Rafe Hernandez broke up. As the police manager, let's be real, Jada has no problems paying rent if Stephanie moves out and Jada is in that little apartment alone, or Jada can go get her own apartment. Let's be real, however, this is further than just Stephanie bothered about her roommate paying rent. And also further than about Alex's apartment being sloppy and ripe. It could be that Stephanie is having some cold bases about living with Alex because of her own wonky romantic history. We all know Stephanie doesn't have a great track record when it comes to men. Days of Our Lives spoilers Stephanie Johnson's rocky romantic history from Chad DiMera to Everett Lynch. She formerly told Alex that when she and Chad DiMera moved in together, that's when everything began to fall piecemeal. Also again, Stephanie and Chad were moving way too fast. He was still grieving. And his kitties were involved, so that's a drastically different situation than what's going on with her and Alex. But indeed before Chad, Stephanie had some serious Swain problems, like her most recent crazed and deluded partner, Everett Lynch. Flashback him? The Joe who was married to Jada but proposed to Stephanie because he'd a split personality. He wound up in a coma, also woke up and came back to Salem. And he didn't flash back the personality that was married to Jada. It was just messy. Everything went sideways. Jeremy Horton's returned Stephanie's book sparks danger on Days of Our Lives. We also have Stephanie slightly concerned about another unpredictable partner, and that concern is growing along with the success of her nasty love novel, One Stormy Night. However, there were some passages that she asked Alex to make sure were cut out of the book and didn't make it into the final print Andy book interpretation, if you flash back. But indeed though Stephanie told him it was important, Alex dropped the ball. And those passages are still in there. Stephanie is really upset because there's some real-life aspects of her relationship with her poisonous boyfriend, Jeremy Horton. So, Stephanie is relatively upset that Jeremy might see this book, read it, fade it, and realize, oh, Stephanie Johnson, my partner, wrote this book, and she put me into it. And that could be problematic. It looks like Michael Rourke may be playing the part of Jeremy Horton this fall when we've Dr. Tom Horton coming back to Salem for the opening of the E.J. DiMera-funded Dr. Tom Horton Free Clinic. Because Michael Rourke has been cast, and because of his look, his age, and the timing, I feel like he's presumably going to be Jeremy Horton. Days of Our Lives spoilers: the Horton Free Clinic opens soon. The Horton Free Clinic is supposed to open its doors this November. That means by the time Jeremy comes to City, he's presumably going to have seen Stephanie's best dealing book. Or perhaps he'll be in Horton Town Square and see it prominently on display in Julie Williams's bookstore and pick up a dupe. It looks like Jeremy may fate some veritably intimate and particular details in those runners. Also, will Jeremy come for Stephanie? Is he going to be obsessed? Is Jeremy going to suppose that because Stephanie included that stuff in the book that he still matters to her? Commodity like that? We could see both Stephanie and Alex in peril because of her partner. Stephanie formerly told Alex that she has a messy romantic history, but I suppose we should anticipate that history of hers to lap with her present. It could go from messy to downright dangerous when they introduce Stephanie's history with Jeremy into her present with Alex on Days of Our Lives. Halloween horror and Salem: Alex Kyriaki's in peril? We also have Kate Roberts obliging Stephanie to get busy on that coming book. It's supposed to be released in October, apparently a little murder riddle just in time for Halloween. Could it be that there's a new Salem slasher who decides to bring the new best dealing book to real life? The extended summer promo, if you do end flashback, showed a costumed bushwhacker going after Alex, Chad, and Kate. So perhaps Alex will get hurt this Halloween, or Commodity really ruinous will be. Also again, it's enough common for the Days of Our Lives pens, at least with Ron Carlivati ahead, to contrive some ghoulish fun for Halloween. And they produce a standalone occasion or a really bad agony for one of the characters. So, we may get that again this time. It could be Alex's turn to have an intimidating dream, or it could be Stephanie's agony that Alex is hurt. Joy Wesley's return: Alex's baby mama drama. There's also another source of trouble that could turn up on Stephanie and Alex's doorstep. We could see Joy Wesley back in Salem for the Leaves, veritably pregnant and about to pop, or with her and Alex's invigorated baby in her arms. However, Joy prevaricated to both Stephanie and Alex when she told them that the gestation test was negative before leaving City last spring, if you flash back. Joy could change her mind and return. And perhaps she sees an engagement advertisement if Stephanie and Alex do move effects forward, and that may prompt her to come back with the baby. Of course, we don't know for sure if Joy decided to keep the baby once she left Salem. But signs refocus to her doing that. It would make for some really good adulatory drama if Joy kept the baby and also decided to come back to fight for Alex. Although effects were looking really good for Stephanie and Alex, I suppose this debate/disagreement over moving in together could be a red flag of much harder times to come for this brace. They're in love. But occasionally, especially on a cleaner, love isn't enough to get you through. Between the veritably real trouble of Stephanie's partner, Jeremy Horton, coming back looking for vengeance, and the possible trouble of Alex's baby ma, Joy, returning to Salem, it could be a veritably rocky road for Stephanie and Alex this fall. So, we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching these videos. Please hit the subscribe button for more updated news.